This month on Before the Badge, we're introducing you to an IMPD officer who really had no intentions of ever joining law enforcement. In fact, she majored in advertising, then spent a year working at a major retailer. But a certain volunteering opportunity soon changed her mind and her career forever.
I couldn't wait to go to volunteering at the end of the day. I couldn't wait to go see the kids that I was working with.
That's when Nicole Flynn knew her days in corporate America were numbered.
I didn't have a connection with my work. So I was getting a paycheck, but I didn't feel that great about it. And so that's when I started volunteering because I wanted to get, I had extra time.
She started volunteering at an after-school program for at-risk youth and was instantly hooked. At age 24, she was hired on by social services.
The unit that I worked in, that I ended up working in, were children who were at the hospital for burns and broken bones and children who had been killed. So I started working with some really serious cases right out of the gate.
And each time, Flynn handled each case with compassion and care.
There's so many kids that feel like they're not going to be believed and that they are stuck in that situation because their abusers tell them that, or they have fear. Even now, I still do interviews now and I'll tell them, like, I believe you. We believed you all along, and it's pretty powerful, especially now as a detective, to bring it from the level that I was at and then bring it all the way through to prosecution and go to trial.
It was during that time when Flynn worked closely with law enforcement officials, holding abusers and predators accountable for their actions.
We worked with law enforcement so much. And there was I actually had interaction with a detective that was not good. And that experience, I thought, I can do better. Like, I could be a detective, and I thought, I want to do that. I want to be in her position, and I want to be the very best detective that I can be for the families that we serve.
In 2007, she joined IMPD and later spent 8 years investigating child abuse cases. She then was promoted to the rank of sergeant, worked the streets for a bit, then came back to the child abuse division at the end of 2022 as a supervisor. You started off as a social worker, and here you are as a detective. Like, you've been to every piece of that puzzle.
Yeah. When they're guilty, they get found guilty, and we go back and we tell the kids. It's pretty amazing. That's one of the best feelings in the world, and it's why I continue to do this job. It's why I was a detective for 8 years after I got on with IMPD, and why I became back as a supervisor.
While she might no longer hold the title of social worker, Sergeant Flynn says the skills and techniques she once used are ones she still uses today.
But I'll never stop thinking like that. I'll never stop thinking about both those worlds that we are involved in, because the reality is we are social workers all day long.
Right now, Sergeant Flynn says she is exactly where she needs to be in the department, and she says she enjoys teaching younger officers about what it means to protect and serve. If you're interested in joining the IMPD, head to joinimpd.indy.gov.